drop into this and ride that shadow line down. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Looking back and seeing, our skin track that all of us took turns putting in, or the boot pack, or then looking up at the lines all down the mountain. It's like a perfect visual expression of each individual person's contribution, and then collectively it's like, this is what we've all done together.
When we started out, I never believed it. I was so hopeless when it hit, I couldn't keep up with you. Cause when we started, we are wicked young fools who behave now, back in the arms of somebody who saved us. We are wicked young fools who behave now, back in the arms of somebody who saved us. We are wicked young fools who behave now, back in the arms of somebody who saved us. We are wicked and bold, we are wicked and bold, we are wicked and bold, we are wicked and
bold. They were basically micromanaging thinking for a project design. It's only 2 days, so it will be in a workshop-like environment online.
As someone trying to find their identity and carve out a space for themselves, the feeling like I had to be like someone I'm very much not, and that just wasn't my lived experience. And so is there a place for me?
I can't imagine trying to be out in the backcountry, plus having school to navigate. That takes a lot of focus.
I'm technically in grad school to get my master's of environmental management.
If I had Emily making all of my life decisions, I would be in a really good place.
Yeah, I do have a good point. I've been in Jackson in some form or another for the last 17 to 18 years. Kind of have a non-traditional story. My grandparents raised me from about when I was 13, and they have a home here.
I just don't really have very many Black women that I look up to in snow sports, and it's so cool to see Emily do that and fill that role for me as I'm working alongside her.
Your turns look great. The snow was a missing.
Build me, build a love, soy lo que conoces, te estoy calling, no me coges, yo llego y tú corres a donde lo dejaste, para yo ir por él, la puerta que cerraste, no la puedo ver, ya, déjalo que se vaya, si no hay agua pa' que la toalla me quería, pero ahora no doy la talla, papi, para, no te pases de la raya, no, yo ya no quiero verle a la cara.
My approach to snowboarding has been just about getting to play and revisit what it means to be a kid, because I don't think I personally in my story and journey haven't had the opportunity to fully get to be a kid. And I know that is a limitation that's placed on a lot of kids who look like me.
I don't want to go last next time. I definitely, moving forward, want to use whatever voice I have to advocate for more people to be in these spaces, because they're incredibly empowering, can really show you what you can bring to the table.
Sabes que lo nuestro nos mata como veneno. Es que nos queremos, pero papi andamos en duelo de celos. Mi tiro de esquina te rompe el ego. Me tiro, te tiras o te relevo. Feel me, feel the love. Soy lo que conoces.
I want to ride that.
No me coge. Yo llego y tú corres. ¿Dónde lo dejaste? Para yo ir por él. La puerta que cerraste. No la puedo ver ya. Déjalo que se vaya. Si no hay agua pa' que la toalla me quería. Pero ahora no doy la talla. Papi, para, no te pases de la raya, no. Yo ya no quiero verle a la cara. Esa triquería no me engaña, no. Me quería.
Is the goggle
No doy la talla. Mala mía.
I'm snacking, putting socks away, my pants that I should probably put on. You know, it's gone wild. Roger, definitely rocking out on my jet ski right now. Oh my god!
Oh damn man, that's some fucking clever shit there.
Oh,
Good thing you flexi.
We are in Girdwood, Alaska, waiting for a weather window to hopefully go heli skiing.
I think it's because I wiggle, you know?
Yeah, we know you're one.
So I broke my back only 5 years ago, started skiing the year after that. I picked it up quickly. A lot of that is helped by just my level of muscular function that I have after my injury. And part of that is just I've had a lot of flexibility of being able to hit the snow a lot. I mean, I get face shots carving corn, so sitting 2 feet off the ground and having my outriggers, which also spray up their own. Yeah, there's a lot of snow in my face. This idea that there are all these different worlds and spheres that are separate from one another, I think can be really harmful. You know, we are one community, and especially the disabled community is not just this abstract sphere. It's anybody could become part of our community tomorrow. Before my injury, I was a very average rock climber, very average, most athletic pursuits. Being at the front of the bell curve rather than the center of the bell curve, to me, doesn't mean that I'm exceptional. It just means that there aren't enough disabled athletes getting out there doing the things that they should be doing.
oh, I love the song.
That one day that we went out and skied together, and I felt the power of everybody's presence. And Anne had brought up going out to Jackson and going and skiing with Emily, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool to be able to support Emily. And I just had a moment where I was like, I have to do this, and it was magnetic. I didn't really get into skiing until after I graduated college. Mountain biking and skiing kind of happened at the same time, and I just fell in love with skiing and the playfulness of it and the creativity of it. In the last couple of seasons, I've competed in freeride competitions. I haven't done super great. I'm still new to that kind of skiing. And with COVID, I didn't really have the opportunity to compete. There they go into the wind. Out of the right time. Nobody sees. Hold me closer, please. But through filming, I felt like I progressed a lot. We need role models, and we need to feel reflected in space. I love that I have someone like Brooklyn to like be outside and shred along with. Oh my God! You crushed it. Who can like be that example for me, that I too can be confident in knowing in myself.
If you feel confident on that, that's a surefire way in.
From the start, I won't be around to see it when it goes. Black girl, Garvey, I'll be on my own.
I always would watch ski films, and I would just be like, when is there going to be somebody who looks like me? Am I going to have to do it myself, you know?
My wings are
pillows and they look like hamburgers.
Brooklyn, who just like wants to jump off of absolutely everything.
The snow is so fun here. It's so light and it's like smoky.
Brooklyn is like the student and the master at the same time. She's gonna study all the stuff. She's gonna take all the notes, ask all the questions.
You just work the train like... I did not do that. There's not enough speed.
So I'm trying to be in this like, let me tell you how it's done. But then I'm like, oh yeah, no, she didn't need me to tell her anything. She was packing down something way bigger and sending way harder, and she knows how to do it. It's all in her.
my wings are
We're chill. We're like super chill.
I mean, I know that you like your coffee a certain way, but we just go with the flow.
We need to watch Ingrid ski this sick line.
I've been trying not to fangirl too hard around Ingrid because she's just like such a legend. Ingrid. She was like the only female in free skiing for so long.
Oh no! Oh,
Ingrid, like, she helped us while we were there, like in the moment, but the legacy that she's carved out in the sport, that has trickled down onto us.
Growing up, like I remember being young and this Ingrid Backstrom was like the only person that I looked up to.
I don't think we're often able to be put in positions of leadership, to have these moments with Ingrid where she's like, I'm looking to you. That is so empowering.
This winter was a real reckoning for me of like, why am I still doing this? Should I still be doing this? Is this even a responsible choice as a parent?
Yeah. And you can just call the moon and ask it questions if you want.
How are my decisions going to affect others, and how do I balance that? I knew deep down there was room for me to go and not have to lay it all on the line. I could go and be in that spot, and at each point, I can make a decision.
I think it's a baby moose. So cute.
Because for a while, like after having kids, I was like, I guess I'm done with Alaska. Like that's probably never. But then you can't let go of it. I'm not capable of just being like, I'm done with that part of my life. Did you look up your butt yet?
2 seasons ago, Ingrid came up to Whistler. We were standing on top of these lines, and she's like, what am I doing? I have kids. I shouldn't be taking risks. This is crazy.
Not responsible mom behavior.
The real struggle of being a mother and then taking that risk in the mountains, also coming to ease with the fact that, like, no, she's comfortable out there. She knows what she's doing on her skis, and she can ride. Like, she can ski these lines. And to see that evolution of her going from motherhood to skier and then switching back.
It's impressive. She does it all. I wish I could get there. This is true.
Leanne is such an awesome example of where hard work and motivation and pure stoke and love will get you. She's been in the snowboard industry for so long, and she never once has stopped going at full blast. She's like frothing out there every day. Who can keep up? Let's go.
I think it's fun to build a community that is excited about the same things that I'm excited about.
My original plan, don't think is going to work. Leanne was right, these are way tighter together.
If you can be standing on the top of a line when the sun is cresting over the mountains and you're about to drop in the most perfect light with good conditions, you know you've nailed it.
On fire, got the whole world blazing. We are the fire, fire full of love. We are the fire, fire full of love.
Full of fire, oh yeah. Tell them what you buy, yeah, so we need more shelters for the homeless. So you add the acres on your own. Get $1 million and put it on the road. Have it in your pocket and in your board. Listen to my ode, coming like a order. So just watch you go cover them nose, yeah. Fire me come with the fire, me come with the fire. Burn them from my end, well in a year. Say we the people send fear, we are action packed with speech and empty. Whoa, whoa, what them gonna do when we blow? Strategies overthrow. Yeah, them lights we up and we glow.
Light me up, I'm at the gas station waiting. We are the ones on fire, got the whole world blazing. We are the fire, fire full of love. We are the fire, fire full of love.
More fire for the people, say them off it up in the heat too. Youths them say we gone a road, and when them sick of it chopping in the vehicle. Tell them get all about and do not be stuck in the politics. The rich one get to poor and know what is this. After walking the out of them strategies, what do the damages? So we cap a flight, work hard and take off like a satellite. And we all full of love like we mother right. Show me sister kindness, do my brother right. Cause we have a right, make we elevate, set the pace. Feel we run the place, slow the dirty ways. Cut the money chase, looking at we face. Fire we a blaze up.
There has been nothing more freeing or empowering to me than finding a place in the mountains. The mountains are a place where everybody should have a chance to go to.
What's going on, Leanne?
I didn't put my pants on properly.
So what are you doing now?
Putting them on.
We tried to get to Tanquil, and we're on a little adventure.
It was really awesome because I lived with Spencer when she was like 17 in Whistler. She was just like a little shred grom. And she just laced so many sick runs down like really beautiful faces. Riding with Spencer and Marie, they both have such good style. And I've been loving riding with them.
It was right there in front of me, screaming loud. I didn't want to see. He squeezed his eyes.
You know, it's hard to find parking out here.
That was close.
Avalanche, go that way!
You can't just go out into the backcountry on your own. You have to have somebody to show you the ropes.
Yeah, right there.
When I went out into the backcountry for the first time, I had my partner Jeff bring me along.
Hey, you guys good? Dropping at 3.
Violently, when you name your price.
And passing on that to the next person, it's kind of the full circle. But that's a natural progression of sharing knowledge and experiences, and it's super rewarding and fulfilling.
Hell yeah. No, townhill codes. Dusting so far. No, we're looking for.
Okay, man, for native lands out, Yellowstone is like 5 million tribes. That's not true. I don't go ski all the time. I mostly answer emails.
Pretty much the mountains don't really care. Usually the people around you do, and that kind of dissolved as I started skiing a little bit more. For me, skiing has become an equalizer.
So the first time you started, you had one ski and like 2 poles.
I got into skiing when I was 10 years old. A rental ski and a boot, and then I actually just used my like forearm crutches that have little rubber tips on the bottom. I didn't actually have my ski outriggers that I use right now. Kind of using them as a pole plant and trying to figure out how to like turn, and
I got hungry.
Stop, pretty much.
My right arm sometimes feels a little jelly.
It's fairly difficult because I was mostly teaching myself and watching two-legged skiers do it.
I excel as a skier primarily, I would say mostly on the downhill. I mean, I'm still fairly strong on the up, but I take my time. This winter,
I skied off of Mount Moran and skied the Skillet, skied off of Denali as well, as one of the first disabled people to do so. So that was super cool, be able to experience that with another disabled athlete.
Vasu is very much, he just like goes for it, and I love that about him.
I feel like there's not a lot of hesitation there. You can tell by the way he skis that he really believes in himself.
I was really like stoked on his energy and just like how invested he is in the issues that he cares about. And it's so cool to see him bring that same like level of excitement and energy to his riding. He just like is full bore down the face of like any slope.
Yeah, buddy. To entice me. What do we do? We're playing the game by different rules. Maybe you should waste your life instead of mine, instead of mine, instead of mine. You wanna chew me up, but I never get lose the love.
I go by the motto of ninja sticking through the woods to bring intersectionality to the outdoors. So that was kind of the draw for me, is I was able to keep up with my friends and they were able to keep up with me, and we would have fun and, you know, normalize me having a disability or being a person of color in such a, you know, homogenous sport.
Change his character, but still be.
It was just like a bad sound that it was making.
Should be out of gas.
Yeah, we don't need any oil.
God, go in. It doesn't want to go. Oh.
So it might have just been out of gas. But, to our defense, the gas gauge doesn't work.
Did you bring 2 sets of skis?
No, I brought one.
Okay.
You guys bring 2?
We're taking you to Alaska. I think we should send Sophia first, even though I was like clearly just like, I want this.
But no one's skiing in it. I was like, wait, Brooklyn is gonna ski it.
Sophia overheard and she was like, no, Brooklyn, like you chose this line first. You have to hit it. That's huge. Just like having somebody who believes in you, who can help you kind of like bust down those barriers.
Yeah, I can't put my boots on. They're so wet still.
It's so wet too.
It's so cool to watch you guys be so fired up and charging and nailing it, freaking nailing it so hard.
Nailed it.
Thanks.
Sophia is really impressive. Not only is she out there sending it and going for it, but she's putting in the work behind it. Like, you see the huge backflip, but what you don't see is all the days that she's been out there building jumps.
I first learned how to backflip off of a boat into the water. I think when it came to hitting the home run gap, it was like I had thought about that for a while and like visualized it and pictured it in my head, and approaching the jump, I like knew I had it.
She jumped over the mountain and then she stomped it perfectly like it was like nothing. Oh man, I'm so happy I landed that. Drop it. Everybody, I'll go last.
Crack the code. Top to bottom. Woo. Eddie had the top too, which is sick. Because you railed that.
Keep on showing up because you love the sport. Eventually you'll find the people who are able to protect you in that space and help you progress.
There we go.
I have to feed it twice a day.
Super funny.
Cheers. You guys want to hear a dirty joke?
We're so excited to see you too.
And our style icon, world famous Ingrid Backstrom.
Party bread's hot?
Yeah, party bread's hot.
You'll edit this, right?